Hello everyone, Happy New Year. I hope you had a great holiday season. Sorry I didn't upload for the last few weeks. I was enjoying the holiday festivities, but I am back to talk about a movie that came out in 2018, which I just saw recently, called Upgrade. Written and directed by Leigh Whannell, starring Logan Marshall-Green, Harrison Gilbertson, and Gabriel. The movie is set in a near future where we as a society have incorporated more technologies into our daily lives. Gray, played by Logan Marshall-Green, lost his wife during an encounter with some thugs, as well as the ability to move his body. He then come across an opportunity to have a chip placed onto his spine called STEM, which will then give him the ability to move again and then some. He then set out on a path of revenge for his wife with his new abilities, and what I would say is a great action thriller. I don't think people give this movie enough credit. It is a straight up masterpiece. Sure, there's some parts of it that are not original. I definitely see the Venom comparisons here. Even Logan Marshall-Green looks very similar to Tom Hardy, but to be completely honest, this movie blows the Venom movie out of the water. And I am, of course, talking about the first Venom movie, not the other two, because I actually haven't seen them. It succeeds in delivering what that Venom movie couldn't. It is a fast-paced, punchy, and straight-to-the-point action thriller that kept me so entertained the entire time. It is a good revenge tale, and for 90 minutes, it gives us everything that we need to know and not much else. I thought it would be fitting to talk about this movie since Leigh Whannell's remake of The Wolfman is coming out in a few weeks, and I'm very excited about that. He directed the crap out of this movie. It looks very grimy, and he was going for that futuristic realism. I love it when I can see the film grain in a movie. It makes it feel more organic, kind of like listening to music on vinyl. The way that he does the world building is very smart. It is set in a near future, so you definitely don't get to see flying cars or lasers or any of that. Everything still looks largely the same, but every once in a while you will see a self-driving car or a holographic tablet. The house that the characters live in is just a more advanced version of a smart home. I saw an interview of Leigh Whannell, and he said that he was aiming to provide a sense of gradual incorporation of tech into human society, which makes sense because if it were to happen, it wouldn't be overnight, but rather changes made over the course of a long time. That's a very smart decision, and it definitely helped out with the movie's budget. Apparently, this movie was made with a budget of $3 million, which is absolutely insane. It looks a lot more expensive than it is. The fact that they were able to pull off such a believable sci-fi world with not a lot of money is astounding. This is such a great example of efficiency in filmmaking. So often we hear stories about movies that cost studios hundreds of millions of dollars to make, and they turn out mediocre. And then there's this movie that was made with what some would call a very small indie budget, coming in and showing the rest of them how it's done. It is such a great showcase of what Blumhouse could do at their best. Also, side note, the fact that it's a Blumhouse movie low-key blows me away too, because when I think of Blumhouse, I think of horror films, and this is not a horror film. It really shows that they are not just a one-trick pony. Logan Marshall-Green is marvelous as the leading man of the movie. You feel sympathy for him because he's just a normal, everyday guy who gets caught up in a very bad situation. He delivers on an emotional level with his acting, but not only that, he also excels in the action scenes as well. Since STEM is controlling his body, he has to act like he is in awe of everything that he's able to do while simultaneously doing them, which at times can be really funny. He dodges a lot of hits coming at him, and at the same time he has to serve them, and it blows my mind to think that he was able to do that while also making it look very mechanical and passive. I'm telling you, there's a lot of layers to this physical performance. He really should be in more movies. This movie is a great showcase for his talent. I am not going to spoil anything, but the ending of this movie absolutely floored me. This is great writing on display, and I didn't see it coming at all. I know people might see it coming from a mile away, but for me, with the way that it is executed, I was completely surprised. I thought it was going to end a certain way, but it didn't. It subverted my expectations in those final minutes, and it kind of tickled my brain in a very pleasant way. Guys, I really like this movie. If you have seen this, I would love to hear your thoughts. This and The Invisible Man proved to me that Leigh Whannell is one of the most exciting directors to look out for. I am so excited to see Wolfman. I'm sure it will be great. Fingers crossed. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and I will see you in my next one. Peace.